Welcome to KOIN 6 News at noon on this chilly day. I'm Jenny Hansen. We do have team coverage of this Arctic blast. Lisa Balick is in Vancouver, Brent Weisberg near Lebanon, and Jessica Morkert in North Portland. First, Lisa, quite the messy commute in Vancouver this morning.
Oh, it was unbelievable up here this morning. And take a look around what we have right now. Have about an inch on the ground here, but it hit just as the commuters were hitting I-5 southbound. Right now it's going just fine, but I'll tell you, it was not a pretty picture on I-5 this morning. Freeway speed southbound as snow starts to fall in Clark County. While some commuters knew to take it easy, not knowing how icy it could be underneath the blanket of snow, others acted like it was a normal dry day of driving, until they ended up like this. Several cars slid off the road or into others, backing up the southbound I-5 commute for many hours this morning.
About an hour and a half to get here from Longview.
What would it normally have taken you?
35, 40 minutes, maybe.
Where are you trying to get to eventually?
Downtown Portland to work.
We found plenty of drivers who took a detour, deciding to wait out the whiteout. But even when they thought it was smooth sailing on the streets, it wasn't. Do you have thoughts about turning around and going home?
I was going to. That's why I made a stop to have some coffee, and I was going to try this again. But maybe I'll stop at another coffee shop down the street.
Despite predictions of snow, many people here seem surprised that it really happened. This first snow arrived about 2 weeks earlier than it did last year. White-knuckle driving seems to be more predictable than the snowflake.
I'm originally from Ohio, and I've come to expect this from Oregon and Washington drivers. They see snow, and it just gridlocks. I mean, the roads aren't even that bad.
You're rolling your eyes.
You can see the road. I mean, it's not that bad.
So what do you think the problem is?
People just taking it slow, taking it cautious, which is good.
Well, some took it pretty slow and some took it a little too fast this morning. But people around here say they're hoping at least this is an omen, because in 19 more days, they're hoping it could be a white Christmas. Jenny?
Yeah, I agree with that, Lisa. Well, traffic's still moving slowly in parts of the metro area hours after the morning commute should have ended. Want to take a live look now at some traffic cameras. There's a look at I-5 at Macadam. You can see things are moving along there okay. Also, I-5 at Miles, it looks pretty good, but look at 205 at SR 500. Huge backup still going on there. That was a trouble spot this morning. And then Highway 26 at Bethany, both directions pretty slow going into the city and westbound. So if you're headed out right now, you probably want to allow some extra time or just have patience when you're in your car. And a messy commute this morning in Albany as snow caused several accidents along I-5 as well as several school closures in that area. Brent Weisberg has been monitoring that situation all day. He joins us now with a live report. Brent?
Jenny, good afternoon to you. This was one of the worst spots in the metro area down here near Corvallis. At one point, because of the snow, 3 to 4 inches of snow. In fact, Oregon State Police decided they needed to shut down the off-ramp from I-5 South to Highway 34 because there were just so many jackknife semis and the backup stretched for miles.
We've got truckers that are on the road that are not chained up and getting jackknifed on our overpasses.
Every time is different. I've been doing this for 30 years.
As Mike Mayford stands along I-5 in Benton County,
and you got to get it adjusted just right.
He's up against the clock as he tries to get some timber delivered.
The more weight you have, the more traction you have.
He's got a light load and now needs the help of chains.
The biggest problem I was having was to get the wheels to go up on the chain.
Right now, the weather is extremely bad. It's not usual that we get this kind of weather.
OSP Trooper Phil Van Leuven
is very unusual for this area, especially at this time of year.
Says this morning's drive in Benton and Lynn County along I-5 kept him and other troopers
hey guys, just checking on you.
Very busy as they go from call to call.
Perfect, great. I'll move on to the next one.
The conditions are pretty poor.
ODOT tried to keep up.
If they can stay home. The roads need to be clear as much as possible.
But people like Mike Amanoff,
Corners are horrible.
Ventured out anyways and ended up in trouble.
Made it about this far. This hill just it's too much, too icy. Car won't make it up there.
Mike Smith,
I got studded snow tires. I got all the right clothes and everything.
Says he isn't going to let Mother Nature's sudden winter wallop slow him down.
It's a lot of fun. There's nobody else riding bicycle out, so the sidewalk's all mine.
Back here live, you are taking a look at Highway 34, which leads to Oregon State University. They are now closed. The university shut down at noon, where 8 inches of snow has been reported. It has stopped snowing here in Benton County, but officials are still urging drivers to use extreme caution as they travel. I've posted a lot of pictures and a lot of information on my Twitter account at Brent Coyne, where you can take a look and follow. Reporting live, I'm Brent Weisberg, Coyne 6 News.
It looks so different there than it does in Portland. Thanks, Brent. And you know, snow flurries did sweep through the Portland area this morning, caused some traffic backups, and it delayed TriMet service throughout the city. Jessica Morkert is live at a trouble spot in North Portland. And Jessica, what are you seeing right now?
Well, Jenny, actually, it is all clear right now. We're at the intersection of North Greeley and Going, but this was a completely different scene at 10 o'clock this morning when we pulled up. In fact, you can still see some cars there. Those cars pretty much stranded after this backup. A city truck did come by and lay down de-icing agent on this ramp, making things better. But I'm telling you, it is seriously slick conditions out here. We've seen cars sliding in the past 30 minutes or so, narrowly escaping an accident. For hours and hours, traffic moved at a snail's pace on Going Street in Greeley and North Portland, where an iced-up ramp proved to be too much for drivers trying to get to Swan Island. Some folks even got out of their cars, frustrated by the painful wait. It's the kind of traffic nightmare Adam Miller and John Treacherous are so thankful to avoid.
My truck won't make it on this snow.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Toyota. It just slides around. Yeah. Most people aren't prepared for it. You know, I think I saw one person with chains on there.
Slow, stopped, or sliding trucks and cars were scattered throughout the metro area. Buses east and west of the Willamette were delayed, some by at least 30 minutes. Instead of heading out today, Miller and Treacherous are waiting it out at the local coffee shop on Northeast Alberta, admiring the snow.
But I like the snow, so I wanted to come out and walk in it for a bit. It was at like 7 this morning when it was really coming down good.
But for those who must make it to work or have jobs working outside, a winter wonderland might not be the words to describe it. At least not yet. And where we are at live is also very close to a chain reaction crash in the St. John's area where car after car slid into each other. I'm told that that was just a nightmare, and it just goes to show that you don't know what the road conditions are like that you're driving on right now. So it's best just to drive slow, take it easy. The saying better safe than sorry couldn't be more appropriate in today's situation. We're live in North Portland, Jessica Morkert, Coyne 6 News.